Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Bates, and today I'm going to share with you some natural solutions to sinus headaches. It's fall season again, which typically means a few more allergies, shorter days, east winds, and sinus headaches. We've had a lot of patients come in this week and last week starting to get those raccoon pattern type of headaches, which essentially are inflammation around the sinuses, your frontal, sphenoid, and maxillary regions, which can create a lot of pressure and a lot of pain. Now, most of my patients who come into the office are not looking for some type of symptom treating over-the-counter pain that can have more side effects than benefits. Unfortunately, if you don't treat a sinus headache properly, it can lead to issues of sinus infections, which can be very serious. So what do? Today I'm going to show you 3 solutions that you can do to relieve your symptoms that can be typically found in your kitchen. The first solution, you really don't even need a kitchen. Honestly, you just need a little bit of knowledge. I'm going to show you some acupressure points that can actually help relieve the stress and pressure of a sinus headache. In Eastern medicine, they might say by working these acupressure points, you're reconnecting your chi. Whether that's true or not, I find that a lot of people get relief in knowing these points. The points that you're going to work are on top of your head, and you're just going to tap gently for a couple seconds at a time with your 2 fingers. You're going to tap your frontal sinus, which is just above your eye. You're going to tap your sphenoid sinus, your maxillary sinus, and then the little spot on top of your lip right here, as well as your chin. And the reason why you tap the chin is it actually helps the acupressure or meridian points that help the eustachian tube. And if you've ever had congestion or sinus issues, you know it affects that eustachian tube right behind your ear, which can create a lot of pressure and make you feel like you're stuck in the mountains with high altitude or something like that. Good positions to do this are laying down. When you lay down, you actually are naturally in a position that helps 4 out of those 6 sinuses drain all by themselves, and the acupressure tapping just helps it. I actually like to do it in the shower. It goes right into my routine, and I don't have to spend any extra time. The next thing you want to do with a sinus headache is you want to make sure that your mouth is as clean as possible, and that helps the sinuses to drain. And one of the best ways to do that, first off, one of the biggest mistakes you can do is use a mouthwash. Mouthwashes are, in a way, they're kind of like an antibiotic in the sense that they can really clean, but they almost overly sanitize, which makes it a lot easier for some type of reoccurring infection. Almost like when you take an antibiotic, it works great, but it's more likely to lead to a reoccurring infection. The solution that we like to use is coconut oil, which is a great cleanser of the mouth. You're going to put the spoonful of coconut oil in your mouth, and you're going to swirl it around just like a mouthwash. And it works really well to grab all the toxins in your mouth and to pull them. And they actually call this process oil pulling. And when I teach my patients to do this, many of them will tell me, I wish you had prepared me for the amount of draining that happened, because when you do this, one of the most amazing yet nastiest things is going to happen. You're going to feel the back of your throat and your sinuses just starting to just drain. And it's a very peculiar feeling, but for somebody who has a sinus headache, it's amazing. The third thing that I like to do is actually my favorite, because one, it just gets me ready for the day like you wouldn't believe. It's an awesome positive physical affirmation, and that is a facial plunge. So what you do is you're essentially going to take a little ice bath, but just for your face. And those of you who know who I like to recommend ice baths for global inflammation for your body, an ice bath is incredibly difficult and painful. But for your face, it actually feels phenomenal. And when you're done, and it only takes a couple minutes, your immune system has been boosted. A lot of anti-aging pathways have been stimulated. I mean, it helps your skin tighten up, and it also helps the inflammation of your face. So it's a dynamite thing to do, and you only have to do it for a couple minutes. Those tips work phenomenally. However, some of you looked at that and said, that's way too time consuming, or maybe a pill is just easier, and heck, I'll just deal with the side effects, or I'll just deal with the pain and risk a sinus infection. But honestly, you can combine these and make them part of your morning ritual very simply. When I wake up, first thing I do is I take a half a tablespoon of coconut oil and I put it in my mouth and I start swirling it around. Then I go jump in the shower with the coconut oil still in my mouth, and I work my acupressure points, stimulating those points to help drain the sinuses and drain my throat. And then what I'll do when I get out of the shower is I'll come over and I'll actually do my ice plunge while I'm still oil pulling. And then by the time I'm done with the plunge, I just spit out the oil into the trash. All done, piece of cake, easy breezy. Good luck with these tips. I hope you enjoy them. If you have any questions or comments, of course, always comment below. I'm happy to answer them. I do respond to them. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.